All right, we're live in Belvedere. Right in front of the courthouse.
And there's a bell that still echoes the price that it costs to be free.
Got a good turnout. It's not even started yet.
And if that bothers you, well, that's too bad. But if you got pride and you're proud you do, hey, we could use some more like me and you. When stars and stripes and the eagle fly. But it's the only place that I prefer to love my wife and raise my kids, hey, the same way that my daddy did. With stars and stripes and the eagle fly. Where the stars and stripes.
I walked through a county courthouse square. On a park bench, an old man was sitting there. I said, "Your old courthouse is kind of run down." He said, "No, it'll do for our little town." I said, "Your old flagpole is leaned a little bit, and that's a ragged old flag you got hanging on it." He said, "Have a seat." And I sat down. "Is this the first time you've been to our little town?" I said, "I think it is." He said, "I don't like to brag, but we're kind of proud of that ragged old flag. You see, we got a little hole in that flag there when Washington took it across the Delaware. And it got powder burned the night that Francis Scott Key said, watching it write and say, 'Can you see?' And it got a bad rip in New Orleans with Pakenham and Jackson tugging at its seams. And it almost fell at the Alamo beside the Texas flag, but she waved on though. She got cut with a sword at Chancellorsville, and she got cut again at Shiloh Hill. There was Robert E. Lee, Beauregard, and Bragg, and the south wind blew hard on that ragged old flag. On Flanders Field in World War I, she got a big hole from a Bertha gun. She turned blood red in World War II. She hung limp and low.
Hang with me here, folks.
She was in Korea, Vietnam. She went where she was sent by her Uncle Sam. She waved from our ships upon the briny foam, and now they've about quit waving back here at home. In her own good land here, she's been abused. She's been burned, dishonored, denied, refused. And the government for which she stands is scandalized throughout the land. And she's getting threadbare and she's wearing thin, but she's in good shape for the shape she's in. 'cause she's been through the fire before, and I believe she can take a whole lot more. So we raise her up every morning, we take her down every night, we don't let her touch the ground, and we fold her up right. On second thought, I do like to brag, 'cause I'm mighty proud of that ragged old flag.
Sucker punch somebody on the sidewalk, carjacking old lady at a red light, pull a gun on the owner of a liquor store. You think it's cool, well act a fool if you like. Cuss out a cop, spit in his face, stomp on the flag and light it up. Yeah, you think you're tough, well try that in a small town, see how far you make it down the road. Around here we take care of our own. You cross that line, it won't take long for you to find out. I recommend you don't try that in a small town. Got a gun that my granddad gave me. They say one day they're gonna round up. Well, that shit might fly in the city. Good luck, try that in a small town. See how far you make it down the road. Around here we take care of our own. You cross that line, it won't take long for you to find out. I recommend you don't try that in a small town full of good old boys raised up right. If you're looking for a fight, try that in a small town. Try that in a small town. See how far you make it down the road. Round here we take care of our own. You cross that line, it won't take long for you to find out. I recommend you don't try that in a small town. Try that in a small town. Try that in a small town.
And I was like, hey.
My dear son, it's almost June. I hope this letter catches up with you and finds you well. It's been dry, but they're calling for rain, and everything's the same old same in Johnsonville. Your stubborn old daddy ain't said too much, but I'm sure you know he sends his love. And she goes on in a letter from home. I hold it up and show my buddies like we ain't scared and our boots ain't muddy, and they all laugh like there's something funny about the way I talk when I say mama sends her best, y'all. I fold it up and put it in my shirt, pick up my gun and get back to work, and it keeps me driving on, waiting on letters letters from home. My dearest love, it's almost dawn. I've been lying here all night long, wondering where you might be. I saw your mama and I showed her the ring. Man on a television said something, so I couldn't sleep. But I'll be alright, I'm just missing you. And this is me kissing you. X's and O's in a letter from home. I hold it up and show my buddies like we ain't scared of our boots, ain't muddy, and they all laugh. Cause she calls me honey, but they take it hard, cause I don't read the good part. I fold it up and put it in my shirt, pick up my gun and get back to work. And it keeps me driving on, waiting on letters from home. Dear son, I know I ain't written, I'm sitting here tonight alone in the kitchen. It occurs to me I might not have said it, so I'll say it now. Son, you make me proud. I hold it up and show my buddies like we ain't scared and our boots ain't muddy, but no one laughs, cause there ain't nothing funny when a soldier cries. And I just wipe my eyes. I fold it up and put it in my shirt, pick up my gun and get back to work. And it keeps me driving on, waiting on letters from home. People say we don't need this war, but I say there's some things worth fighting for. What about our freedom and this piece of ground? We didn't get to keep them by backing down. They say we don't realize the mess we're getting in. Before you start your preaching, let me ask you this, my friend. Have you forgotten how it felt that day to see your homeland under fire and her people blown away? Have you forgotten when those towers fell? We had neighbors still inside, going through a living hell. Forgotten. They took all the footage off my TV, said it's too disturbing for you and me. It'll just breed anger, that's what the experts say. If it was up to me, I'd show it every day. Some say this country's just out looking for a fight. Well, after 9/11, man, I'd have to say that's right. Have you forgotten how it felt that day? See your homeland under fire and her people blown away. Have you forgotten when those towers fell? We had neighbors still inside, going through a living hell. And we vowed to get the ones behind Bin Laden. Have you forgotten? I've been there with the soldiers who've gone away to war, and you can bet that they remember just what they're fighting for. Have you forgotten all the people killed? Yes, some went down like heroes in that Pennsylvania field. Have you forgotten about our Pentagon, all the loved ones that we lost and those left to carry on? Don't you tell me not to worry about Bin Laden. Have you forgotten? Have you forgotten? Have you forgotten?
I still get goosebumps
Yeah, I know.
every time I hear it.
He sat in that long line of barber chairs. And the sergeant asked him, "Son, would you like to keep your hair?" He said, "Yes, sir," as he heard those clippers buzzing home.
Not at all.
And the sergeant said, "Well, hold out your hand, here it comes." Simplified, do or die. So gung-ho to go and pay the price. Here's to leathernecks, devil dogs and jarheads. Paris Island in July. Simplified.
folks even knew his name, but a hero, yes, was he. Left the boy, came back a man. Still many just don't understand about the reasons we are free. I can't forget the look in his eyes, or the tears he cried as he said these words to me.
You got a couple good songs, Stop By. You know, you burn my flag, I'll stomp your ass. Oh yeah, I got it. Oh, you do?
All gave some,
Oh no, but big. A lot of people like
some gave all,
I just saw him in concert.
some stood through for the red, white, and blue, and some had to fall. And if you ever think of me, think of all your liberties and recall. Someday long, Sandy Kane is no longer here, but his words are oh so clear as they echo throughout our land. For all his friends who gave us all, who stood the ground and took the fall to help their fellow man. Love your country and live with pride, and don't forget those who died. America, can't you see? All gave some, and some gave all, and some stood through for the red, white, and blue, and some had to fall. And if you ever think of me, think of all your liberties and recall. Some gave all. And if you ever think of me, think of all your liberties and recall. Yes, recall. Some gave all. Some gave all.
settled down. I thought I'd die an old man back in my hometown. They gave me this plot of land, me and some other men, for a job well done. There's a big white house, it's on a hill just up the road. The man inside, he cried the day they brought me home. They folded up a flag and told my mom and dad, we're proud of your son. And I'm proud to be on this peaceful piece of property. I'm on sacred ground and I'm in the best of company. I'm thankful for those, thankful for the things I've done. I can rest in peace, I'm one of the chosen ones. I made it to Arlington. I remember Daddy brought me here when I was 8. We searched all day to find out where my granddad lay. And when we finally found that cross, he said, son, this is what it costs to keep us free. Now here I am 1,000 stones away from him. He recognized me on the first day I came in, and it gave me a chill when he clicked his heels and saluted me. And I'm proud to be on this peaceful piece of property. I'm on sacred ground and I'm in the best of company. And I'm thankful for those, thankful for the things I've done. I can rest in peace, I'm one of the chosen ones. I made it to Arlington. And every time I hear 21 guns, I know they brought another hero home to us. We're thankful for those, thankful for the things we've done. We can rest in peace, 'cause we are the chosen ones. We made it to Arlington. Yeah, dust to dust, don't cry for us. We made it to Arlington.
That song kills me every time.
You're reading this, my mama's sitting there. Looks like I only got a one-way ticket away. I sure wish I could give you one more kiss. War was just a game we played when we were kids. Well, I'm laying down my gun, hanging up my boots. I'm up here with God and we're both watching over you. So lay me down in that open field out on the edge of town. And oh my soul, it's where my mom always prayed that it would go. And if you're reading this, I'm already home. If you're reading this halfway around the world, I won't be there to see the birth of our little girl. I hope she looks like you. I hope she fights like me, stands up for the innocent and the weak. I'm laying down my gun, hanging up my boots. Till that I don't regret that I followed in his shoes. So lay me down in that open field out on the edge of town. You know my soul is where my mom always prayed that it would go. If you're reading this, I'm already home. If you're reading this, there's gonna come a day you move on and find someone else, and that's okay. Just remember this, I'm in a better place. The soldiers live in peace and angels sing amazing grace. So lay me down in that open field out on the edge of town, and know my soul is where my mom always prayed that it would go. If you're reading this, if you're reading this, I'm already home. Chicken fried and cold beer on a Friday night, a pair of jeans that fit just right, and the radio. Well, I was raised up beneath the shade of a Georgia pine, and that's home, you know. Sweet tea, pecan pie, and homemade wine, where the peaches grow. In my house, it's not much to talk about, but it's filled with love that's grown in southern ground, and a little bit of chicken fried. Cold beer on a Friday night, a pair of jeans that fit just right, and the radio. Touch of a precious child and know a mother's love. It's funny how it's the little things in life that mean the most. Not where you live, what you drive, or the price tag on your clothes. There's no dollar sign on a piece of mind, just how I've come to know. So if you agree, have a drink with me, raise your glasses for a toast to a little bit of chicken fried and cold beer.
Sorry.
American girls and American guys,
I hate when that
we'll always
happens.
stand up and salute. We'll always recognize when we see old glory flying.
Everybody was getting into it there. I've seen everybody start.
So we can sleep in peace at night when we lay down our head. My daddy served in the army. We lost his right eye, but he flew a flag out in our yard. Till the day that he died, he wanted my mother, my brother, my sister, and me to grow up and live happy in the land of the free. Now this nation that I love is falling under attack. A mighty sucker punch came flying in from somewhere in the back. As soon as we could see clearly through my big black eye, man, we lit up your world like the 4th of July. Hey, Uncle Sam, put your name at the top of his list, and the Statue of Liberty started shaking her fist, and the eagle will fly, and it's gonna be here when you hear Mother Freedom start ringing her bell, and it'll feel like the whole wide world is raining down on you. Oh, brought to you courtesy of the red, white, and blue. Oh, justice will be served and the battle will rage. This big dog will fight when you rattle his cage. You'll be sorry that you messed with the U.S. of A. Cause we'll put a boot in your ass, it's the American way. Hey, Uncle Sam, put your name at the top of his list, and the Statue of Liberty started shaking her fist, and the eagle will fly, and it's gonna be hell when you hear Mother Freedom start ringing her bell, and it'll feel like the whole wide world is raining down on you. Oh, brought to you courtesy of the red, white, and blue. Oh.
Please pronounce New Jersey's 49 delegates are given Donald J. Trump, President of the United States.
A lot of my time.
You want to try it again?
No, we're good.
Oh, you're
Is
good?
that the only mic, or do we have two?
I can set up another one if you
Can we
need.
set up a second one?
Yeah.
Cool.
Go back to the music.
Seems like every day I'm hearing about another riot. Lord have mercy, I wish they'd come down to the south and try it. Feel like I don't recognize the country I'm living in. We used to fight for our rights, now they fight for ignorance. Law enforcement, they putting their lives on the line. Only to be crucified for doing a job when it comes time. Routine traffic stop leaves 2 more cops dead. I close my eyes and I pray. God watches and shakes his head. I said, Lord, save us from ourselves. Our country's headed to hell. I don't know if you can tell. Some of us still can. I'm begging for some help. I can't do this by myself. It's getting hard to tell if you're still there. And I mean no disrespect at all. I promise it's just, if I was you, I would have already turned my back on us. I would have already cut off the sun and left us all sitting there in the darkness. What happened to our nation? How did we become so heartless, huh? I just wanna live my life. Ain't nobody can tell me nothing. Yeah, I'm doing my own thing, living my own way. what happened on the cross. And what's left of the U.S.
I might be able to. Are they all load the same way?
This other one's gonna be wireless.
I'll be better. That's water.
Seems like every day I'm hearing about terrorists and hostages. I wish we'd just take them out. Once
The other one's staying hot. That'll be on the whole time.
I could do it whatever way.
It'll be right. I'll come over and tell you when I get to here. After this part here, we're going to make it on the video. I'll let you know.
Test one. Test, test, test. Test 1, 2, 3.
I just want to live my life. Anybody can tell me nothing. Yeah, I'm doing it.
I'll play something good for 30 seconds. It's a good intro.
What do you want for an intro?
Something inspiring. You pick. Alright. Actually, you got the national anthem? I want it right now.
You want the Trump one?
Trump what?
The Trump national anthem?
What's that?
It's with the J6ers.
The J6ers. You ever hear that one?
Just play it and then we'll start. Let that run, then we get going.
All right, give me a second. I gotta.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. And to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Which one you want on?
Hold on, don't touch it. Okay.
All right. Well, good afternoon, everybody. I am, welcome to Warren County. My name is Doug Steinhardt, and because of all of you, I have the honor of representing the 23rd Legislative District in the New Jersey State Senate and chairing our Warren County Republican Committee for the last 20 years. Thank you all very much for that privilege. We got a lot to do today, a lot of ground to cover, a lot of friends visiting from around the region. We also have folks right up here on my left, your right, to sign up anybody who might be willing to go out and knock on some doors or make some phone calls and help us elect Donald J. Trump, the 47th President of the United States. I want to thank my Chief of Staff and the Executive Director of the Warren County Republican Committee, Chris Allen, for helping put this event together. Chris, thank you. I also want to recognize Nancy Brown, Jody Insko, and Commissioner Lori Chesler, the rest of the Executive Committee of the Warren County Republican Party. Assemblyman Eric Peterson, Assembly Minority Leader John DeMayo, Jason Cernasky, Jim Kern, Lori Chesler, Warren County Commissioners, the Mayor of Belvedere, Kathy Myers. Thanks for having us today. I also want to thank my fellow chairs from Hunterdon and Sussex Counties, legislators, commissioners from across the state, and our special guests from whom you'll hear later today. Most of all, I want to thank all of you for coming out this afternoon to support Jim Kern, Tom Kean for Congress, Curtis Bayshaw for the U.S. Senate, and Donald J. Trump for President of the United States. So I got to ask you, who here is ready for 4 more years of Obama, Biden, Harris, and Walz? I didn't think so. Who's had enough Obamacare, enough Bidenomics, and enough word salad from Kamala Harris?
She's a Marxist.
Me too. Who's ready for a change? Who wants a fighter? Who's tired of empty Democrat promises? Who wants to build a wall? On Tuesday, November 5th, who's voting for Donald J. Trump for President of the United States? We're all under attack from the left. In our homes, in our churches, in our schools. We're under attack at our jobs, in towns across America, and right here in Warren, Hunterdon, and Sussex counties. Radical liberals, Democrats like Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, and Tim Walz have ignored our national security. They've destroyed our American borders. They've ruined the American economy. But they can't break the American spirit. And I'll tell you what else they can't do. They can't break Donald Trump. They can try. Heck, they have tried. They indicted him. They prosecuted him. They tried to kill him twice. But he didn't back down. In the face of the Butler, Pennsylvania assassin, Donald Trump stood up, raised a defiant fist in the air, and yelled, "Fight!" Well, we're here today. We're here with you to fight for your families. We're here to fight for your homes and to fight for your freedom. So if you're tired of Biden and Obama and you can't stand the thought of 4 more years of Harris and Walz, fight with your vote. Put America first. That means electing Curtis Bayshaw to the U.S. Senate. That means electing Tom Kean to the United States Congress. And that means electing Donald J. Trump to the President of the United States. We're fortunate to have visiting from just down south the chairman of the Hunterdon County Republican Party, Chairman Gabe Plumer, our assemblyman from Hunterdon County, Eric Peterson. I'd like to invite both of those gentlemen up here to say hello for a couple minutes. Assemblyman, Chairman.
Thank you, Senator. Thank you for having us here. Good afternoon, Warren County. It's great to be here from Hunterdon County. I'm Gabe Plumer, the Hunterdon County Republican Chairman. I'll keep my remarks brief. I'll just say this. I'm a big fan of the late, great Dr. Charles Krauthammer. And Dr. Krauthammer famously said on American exceptionalism that whether or not America is in decline is not a yes or no answer, because nothing is pre-written, nothing is predetermined when it comes to this country. And it's not a yes or no because decline is not a condition, decline is a choice. And in a few weeks from now, we have the opportunity to make a different choice than the one we made 4 years ago as an American people. Does anyone here think that Kamala Harris is going to put America's interests first when standing up to foreign adversaries? Does anyone think that a professional politician like Andy Kim knows the first thing about how to lower grocery prices? Or that Sue Altman, who's running for Congress, either understands or appreciates the crisis at the southern border? That's why we've got to elect Donald Trump president, Curtis Bayshaw to the U.S. Senate, Tom Kaine to the U.S. House of Representatives, because in a few weeks from now, folks, if we make the right choice, I'm very confident that America will once again be on the rise. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Eric Peterson. I'm a member of the legislature here. We got to fight, 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 take back our country. A neighbor of mine has a sign up that says, "I miss the country I grew up in." So do I. We need to unburden ourselves of the past 3.5 years. We need to unburden ourselves of this runaway inflation. We need to unburden ourselves of these illegal immigrants that are coming and taking all the money so that our fellow Americans in need don't get the help that they deserve, that they've earned, that they paid for. We need to unburden ourselves from people, from a government who thinks parents are the enemy. We need to unburden ourselves from a government that attacks people for peaceful protests outside of abortion clinics. We need to unburden ourselves from people that hate regular, everyday Americans, who hate the middle class and want to crush us out of existence. And we need to unburden ourselves from people who want to take away our guns. Ladies and gentlemen, there's only one way to unburden ourselves, and that is to fight! Vote in 2 weeks, 2 days for Trump, Bastiol, Kaine, and Jimmy Kerns. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Assemblyman, thank you. Chairman, thank you. From Sussex County to the north, you have the Vice Chairwoman, Assemblywoman Dawn Fantasia, and Assemblyman Mike Ganamore. Ladies, gentlemen, come on.
Hello, Warren County. Sussex County is really proud to be here today. My name is Barbara Holstein. I am the Vice Chair of Sussex County Republican Party. We have been fighting very hard in Sussex County. I want to first remind you all that we're all here to elect President Trump and everyone down the ticket, right? Everyone down the ticket. It's not time to do a primary. It is time to win the general, right? So right here I have beside me Mike Ganamore and Dawn Fantasia, Assemblyman, Assemblywoman. What are they doing in Trenton for us? Do you guys know? They're fighting for us. What do we want them to do? Fight for us. What are we going to do for President Trump? We're going to fight for President Trump, and we're going to fight for everybody down ticket. I want to let them speak for a few minutes because they have been fighting in Trenton for a year now. And they are fighting for our rights and parental rights. They are fighting for our rights in medical freedom. And they are fighting to make sure that the state of New Jersey doesn't take our constitutional rights away. So let's give it up for Mike Ganamore. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Vice Chair Holstein, who herself, she does not get enough credit alongside Sussex County Republican Chairman Joe LaBarbera, all the members of the Sussex County Republican Committee who give Warren County a run for their money in terms of turning out Republican votes. Let's give a hand to Sussex County Republicans. It's a laugh. Thank you, Chairman. Barbara's absolutely right. We are voting Republican top to bottom, bottom to top. No exceptions. We are voting Republican down the line this year. Why is that? Because we're going to send a message to Washington, D.C., and next year we'll do the same thing down in Trenton, that the government we have is not working for us. They are not up to the task. They are not doing the job like your Warren County government is. A common sense conservative Republican government in Warren County is working. It's working in Sussex County. It's working in Hunterdon County and in Morris County, but not in Trenton and Washington, D.C. So we owe them a little dose of Northwest New Jersey medicine to show them that common sense conservative principles work. How do we know? They've worked in the past. We got to return a Republican president, vice president, Senate, and House down to Washington, D.C. to make it happen. Congressman Tom Kean knows the playbook. He knows what's required. He knows how to do it, but he needs reinforcements, and that's up to us to deliver for him. Republicans up and down the ballot. With that, I'd like to introduce my colleague down in Trenton, Assemblywoman Dawn Fantasia.
Hi everyone, welcome. Fun fact, Mike and I represent all of Sussex, but 2 towns in Warren County. So if you live in Alamucha or Independence, we're your people, and we're really happy to be here with you. Now I'm going to take it in a little bit of a different direction. I have been told as a woman that I should be happy to vote for the first female.
Hold on, I'm sorry. Try it now.
Well, they told you wrong.
We're back. All right, so again, Redux, I have been told as a woman that I should be grateful that there could be the first woman president. And I call nonsense. I call that out because the Republican ticket. All right, the Republican ticket is the ticket that protects our daughters. The Republican ticket is the ticket that protects our children. It keeps spaces safe for our children. It keeps sports safe for our daughters. And it protects religious freedom of moms and dads who want to make the best choices for their children. If you are a lady, do not let them tell you that you must vote Democrat because you are a woman. You vote with your heart. You vote with your brains. You add those two together, that means you're voting Republican. Vote Republican down the ballot. 2 weeks, 2 days. Trump, Kane, Bashaw, Kern. Let's do it, Warren County. Thank you.
All right, folks. Our hometown team, our Assembly Minority Leader, John DeMeo, our commissioners, Jason Sarnaski, Jim Kern, and Lori Chesla. Guys, gals.
Thank you, Chairman. First, how about a round of applause for, I'm biased, but the best chairman in the state of New Jersey, Doug Steinhardt. My name's Jim Kern. I'm a Warren County Commissioner, formerly freeholder. I don't want to offend anybody with that term, but I'm on the ballot this year, and I just want to remind you, like we've been echoing today, we need to vote the entire Republican ticket. Because you know what the dirty little secret is about our state, our region of the state? Is a lot of people moved here after COVID because they liked it. And why do you think they liked it out here? Because there's low crime, because there's freedom, because there's low taxes, because there's good schools. But you know what they're doing? They're running for local office. So we have some people on our local school boards and town councils that are trying to make it like East Jersey and New York City. Do we want that? Do we want that, Warren County? Absolutely not. So this election, we need to make sure we vote Republican, from Trump all the way down to me and everyone in between, from our Congressman Tom Kean, who's in the county all the time fighting for us down in Washington, D.C., and it would be sure nice to have a Republican senator with Curtis Bashaw. So let's get out and vote Warren County and keep this great county red. Thank you, everyone. All right, let's keep it up for Jim Kern. Let's make sure we vote for Jim. Good morning, Warren County. My name is Jason Sarnaski. I'm Warren County Commissioner as well. Let me hear from, we're only about a month away from Veterans Day. Let me hear from our veterans out there. Where are they? Yeah! You went overseas to fight for our freedoms. You come back home and our freedoms have never been more danger than right now. Why? Because we have Joe Biden in the White House. We have to stop that. We have to get Donald Trump back into the White House. We have to get our leaders elected from the top to the bottom. And not only that, we have to get back out there and we have to fight for our community. Because it's not only about electing Republicans, but it's about fighting for our communities. Go out there, run for school board, run for your library board, get on your planning board. Make sure that these Democrats are not infiltrating our communities and putting their liberal agenda onto our families and our children. That's my message to you. Get out there, vote Republican, and run Republican. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Sarnowski. My name is Lori Chessel. I am the commissioner here in Warren County as well. I was one of the ones that had to run as freeholder, but then had to change to commissioner, so I never actually got to be a freeholder like these two, and I'm also the treasurer of the Warren County Republican Committee, so I thank you all for being out here. Thank you. The last 4 years have not been better for us. The elitist Democrats down in D.C., they look down on the working class and the middle class, people like us. They think we're unintelligent and unable to think for ourselves. They try to manipulate information in the media, which is getting worse and worse. Under the guise of equity, they have killed equity and they pitted us against each other. They wreck the economy for those who are most vulnerable to inflation. They are trying to convince our children that the American way of life is not right. We have watched them twist the words of President Trump. We've watched them ridicule Senator J.D. Vance for becoming a Marine and a Yale graduate after growing up in a childhood filled with trauma. They don't believe in our Constitution, and they don't believe in the American dream. We need this to end. We need you to come out and vote. I need you to bring Commissioner Kern back to my board so we can keep Warren County great. I need you to bring Congressman King back. He's been doing great things for Warren County. It would be wonderful if we could have a Republican U.S. Senator in Curtis Bashaw, but most importantly, we need to elect J.D. Vance as our next vice president and Donald J. Trump as our president to keep us safe, to keep peace in the world, and make this country the greatest it can be again. Please vote however you can. It's safe. We've got it covered here in Warren County. Make sure everybody else's votes, and thank you, and God bless.
I guess I'm in the back cleanup for Warren County. I'm John DeMayo. Most of you know me already, so I don't have to go through the whole story about that. The Democrats claim somehow Donald Trump is going to end democracy. In the meantime, nothing more, nothing less than a socialist communist agenda. $25,000 payments on houses, paying off college loans. Here's this free thing. And even worse, first day in office, when President Biden came in, he had a stack of executive orders. Remember how happy they all were with great glee? He shut down sites for oil wells, shut down pipelines and our energy supply, and are you paying more for your electric now? I bet you are. And mysterious, I guess it is an election year, gas is pretty low now. When you go home, Google something. Google the strategic oil reserve and look at the dive of the supply for our nation's security that they're burning up right now to put this false narrative in. They did this to us. They will bring more socialism. Donald Trump will save democracy in the United States of America. So I can just say that I'm so very proud to be here today with Jim Kern, our candidate for Warren County Commissioner. I was a freeholder, so I didn't do that. They changed all my history. They went back on the websites of the state and made me a commissioner, which I never was. Tom Kane does a great job for us in Warren County. I see him all the time here. It would be great for Curtis Bashaw to be the first senator since 1972 that's a Republican in the state of New Jersey, bring some common sense to that body. And of course, let's go out and vote for our school board candidates that stand up for our kids' rights, and Donald J. Trump. Thank you all.
Thanks, gentlemen. If I can get everybody to draw your attention to that TV over here, we got a quick video for you. Then I'm going to introduce you to a friend of mine from upstate New York.
I'm Joe Stein, our 9th chairman, New Jersey
Oh my God.
President of the United States of America.
I don't know what's happening. Shit. It's not up. The light's on.
I am pleased to announce that New Jersey's 49 delegates are given to Donald J. Trump, the President of the United States of America.
From this day forward, a new vision will govern our land. From this day forward, it's going to be only America first. America first. Will be made to benefit American workers and American families. We must protect our borders from the ravages of other countries making our products, stealing our companies, and destroying our jobs. Protection will lead to great prosperity and strength. I will fight for you with every breath in my body, and I will never, ever let you down. My father
All right, ladies and gentlemen, our next guest began his career as an intern with Governor George Pataki before becoming a staff member with Congressman Tom Reynolds. In 2010, he became the chairman of the Erie County Republican Committee. A staunch supporter of President Trump, the president selected Nick to join the executive committee of the president's transition team in 2016. In 2019, Nick Langworthy became the New York Republican State Committee chairman. In 2020, as state chairs, Nick and I both had the honor of delivering our state's delegate votes to President Trump at the RNC convention in Charlotte, North Carolina. In 2022, with the support and endorsement of Donald Trump, Nick was elected to the United States Congress representing the 23rd Congressional District. He woke up at the crack of dawn this morning and made the 5-hour drive from Buffalo, New York to be here with all of us today to support Curtis Fayshaw, Tom Kaine, and to help rally the troops for President Donald Trump. Ladies and gentlemen, a defender of faith, a fighter of American freedom, and my friend, Congressman Nick Langworthy.
Hello, New Jersey! I love the Garden State. It is great to be here with you. This crowd is amazing. Belvedere is beautiful. Are we going to get the vote out? Are we going to make America great again? You know, when Doug called me and asked me to come on down, I said, I'll do anything for Doug Steinhardt and Tommy Kaine. We need to get that vote out, but when you come from states like New Jersey and New York, the rest of the country just think, these are blue state guys, they don't get it. They don't understand how hard we have to work, what goes into making a victory in a dark blue state. Give Doug Steinhardt a round of applause for his hard work. He's pulling double duty. He's a state senator, a party chairman, a guy that gets it. And he's worked hard and he's been in the trenches. And all of our other party leaders that are here today, thank you for your service and what you do. Because we are 23 days away from the most important election, not of your lifetime. Politicians come up here every year and say this is the most important election of our lifetime. Usually they're full of it. This is the most important election of your grandkids' lifetime. Because it's all on the line. This crowd is amazing. You can feel the energy and the excitement. We are so close to returning President Donald J. Trump back to the White House. And we're going to re-elect my good friend Tom Kean to the U.S. House of Representatives. You know, there's so much on the line in this election. I've been traveling around my district. I represent the Buffalo suburbs. I also represent all the counties along the Pennsylvania line from the west to about halfway across the state. So I've been, whenever I've been called upon, I've gone down into Pennsylvania by the Trump campaign to go do everything we can. I spent a lot of time in a little town called Erie, Pennsylvania. One of the most important counties in America to this presidential election. And let me tell you what, it's electric. You see the crowds, and I was just at one of the rallies with President Trump, and I hear some of you might want to take the drive up. There's going to be a little one up in Madison Square Garden on October 27th. And all the experts tell President Trump, oh, just stay to the swing states, stay to the swing states. You know what? He's making this a national campaign. All 50 states, the entire country's on the line. And he is touching voters everywhere. So whether it's yesterday in California or in October 27th in dark blue Manhattan, we are taking this message across this country about what's on the line. America is on the line. And Obama said it the other day. He wants Kamala Harris to pick up right where he left off. It's a scary proposition, folks. Barack Obama, he made no bones about it. He said when he took office he was going to remake America. And boy, he did some serious damage in the process. For 8 years, our economy was stagnant. We had weakness on the world stage. Our institutions were corrupted by a woke ideology. Illegals have poured across the border. Everywhere you knew, things were seriously off track. And then came along a guy from the state across the river, a guy you all in New Jersey know very, very well. He came before the American people, and he came down that golden escalator with a plan to make America great again. And you know what? You'll never read about it in any of the fake newspapers around the country or MSNBC or CNN. But he did make America great again, and he'll do it again when we give him the White House. President Donald Trump has been one of the most consequential presidents in the history of our country. In one single term, he got our economy booming. He closed our borders. He stabilized the world by putting dictators in check and bringing peace back to the Middle East. He got trade deals that put America first. And he took on the Washington swamp. And that's why there's people in both parties that are fighting against President Trump. He has had every single obstacle thrown in his way. From a Russian hoax to warfare to 2 attempts on his life. Who else would have the courage, after a bullet whizzes by and hits you in the ear, to stand up in front of the American people and pump your fist and say, fight, fight, fight. That's our president, that's Donald Trump, and that's who we need to get this vote out for. President Trump has stood up for America when we needed him the most. And now we're going to step up from him and return him to the White House once again. Yes, amen. You know, today under Biden and Harris, we are facing the same exact problems that we did under Obama. Because every time the Democrats get control of something, they break it. And if Kamala Harris gets her radical leftist hands on our nation, it'll be unrecognizable, not just for our children, but our children's children. We cannot, under any circumstance, surrender our nation to the radical left. We can't for once apologize for our strong American values in fighting to keep our country and giving our kids and our grandkids the same opportunities in life that all of us have enjoyed. The truth is, things can be even worse right now than they are. If Biden and Harris are allowed to continue this agenda with a rubber-stamped Congress, we would be plunged further into an economic crisis. The 10 million illegals that have crossed over into across our southern border, some across our northern border, and that should scare every one of us too. They will be citizens if we give them the power. And even more dangerous criminals would have free rein in our streets. The only thing that has stood in the way of that agenda since the 2022 election has been our House Republican majority, and that's because of your congressman and my friend Tom Kean. We need to keep strong members like Tom Kean in the House of Representatives to make sure there's a majority. Because this majority only happened in 2022 because of dark blue places in the country. States like California, where we have the largest delegation from California that we've had in generations. My home state of New York, and I was proud to be state chairman when we elected the largest delegation in 20 years from the state of New York. We gained 5 seats